Hey friends, for this week's Joy with Jenna, I have a little craft project for us to do. Some of you may remember this from a VBS quite a few years ago now, at least I think 4 or 5 years ago now, that we did this project, and I just saw it again online and I was like, oh, we got to do that. It's so much fun. So it has to do with bubbles, and you can totally do this project completely with things you already have at your home. So you don't need anything extra to do this project. And we're gonna make bubble snakes. And while we're doing this, I want you to think about, you're gonna have so many bubbles come out when we blow our bubble snakes. It will be crazy. Too many to count. And I just want you to be really, after you blow some of the bubbles, I want you to look at the bubbles. I want you to see how they're all different. Kind of reminds me how God made all of us different and special and unique in our own ways, right? Some of these bubbles are going to be big, some are super, super tiny, and makes me think about that in our world, about how there's so many different people that God created, each one special and unique in his own way, exactly how he wanted us. And you're going to see that with the bubbles. Another thing that bubbles make me think about is the joy that can bubble up in your heart. Do you ever have those moments where you're just so excited or happy about something and the joy just feels like it's gonna bubble up and burst right out of you? So I want you to think about that. Think about those moments when you're blowing these bubbles, those joyful times and moments that you've had, and just celebrate those because it's just fun. Okay, so let's get started. There's a couple different ways you can do this. You can take a plastic bottle, you take the lid off, cut the bottom off, and then you take a washcloth. You put the washcloth over your bottle. This is a hair tie. A rubber band will also work. You put that around your bottom and you pull down on that washcloth just to make sure that this surface right here is nice and tight. And in my little pan here, my little plastic container, I put just a little bit of water, and then we're gonna add some regular old dish soap. I'm gonna stir it right around with my finger. Right? Can't get messy with soap and water. That's what we're supposed to be using lots of right now. So get your hands right in there and get them clean. All right, then you're gonna take your bottle. Careful not to touch the mouth with your soapy hand, because that's where you're gonna put your mouth to blow the bubbles. You're gonna hold this washcloth part back and you're gonna dip it right in, let it soak up some of that bubble solution. And here we go. You're gonna breathe right in and watch what happens. Big breath. Look at that. Now, it's super fun to play with, and I don't know if you can see it on this video, but there is literally just thousands and thousands of bubbles, all different sizes, and you can see the shimmer of a rainbow in there, and it's just super fun to play with. Now, some of your parents might not want you to do this inside, although it's just soap and water, so it'll clean right up. But you can also do this, you could do this in your bathtub, or if we get a nice day, you can do it outside. And it lasts for quite a while. You can make layers and layers. Just, play with them, bop them around, fly them around. It's so much fun to play with these bubbles. Now, if you don't have a water bottle and a washcloth like that, another thing, if anybody recognizes this a little bit, it's one of our banduras from past VBSs. Now, I did have to wrangle this around a little bit. This is a toilet paper roll. We all have plenty of those, right? And let me clear some of my bubbles out of the way. Again, you're gonna stretch it tight with the rubber band over your thing. This one's getting a little wet. This was my tester, so see if it'll still work. Basically, just need a thin material and the tube. Here we go. There we go, more bubbles. And another way that you can do this, I had another paper towel tube this time, and I have a sock. All right, now, a lot of videos you see online want you to cut off the bottom of the sock. You don't have to. This is one of my son's really good Bombas socks. I wasn't gonna cut that apart. I just wrapped it around, pulled it up over, scrunched it down, put it with a hair tie. The sock is pretty thick, so we're gonna see how this one works. We're gonna try it out. Works like a charm, bubbles every time. So try that experiment this week if we get some good weather. Blow some bubbles, have that joy bubble up in your heart. Share with someone in your family some joy that's bubbling up in your heart, because maybe it's a memory that you share with a family member. And just remember how God created each of us special and different, just like these bubbles, and just have a great time. And when you're done, easy peasy, clean up, just go wash your hands, which we should be doing right now anyway. All right, I love you and I miss you, and I will see you soon. Have fun. Bye.